Here we shown the topic of probability and statistics. In this probability and statistics, we have the 20% of the weightage in the GATE 2026 exam. And these are the topics in the probability and statistics. Let's go to counting and fundamentals. Here the counting principles are permutations and combinations. Here this is the formula for the permutations, and in the permutations order is mattered here. It is used for passwords problem or ranking problem and scheduling problem, and something else like by arranging them in order way. That cases we use permutations. In combinations order is does not matter. For example, uh, if we have a ring, in that ring we have three items like 1 2 3. In the 1 to 3 there is no order. One, it is starting from 1 to 3 or 2 to 4 2 3 1 or 1 to 2. So at that situations we using the combinations means is nothing but choosing. For example, if we choose an item from five numbers, for example, let us consider five numbers 1 2 3 4 5. Let we choose a number. So 5C1, it is nothing but choosing a number from 5, that we indicated as combinations. Combination is nothing but choosing or selecting. Permutations is nothing but arranging or ordering. So these are the properties of combinations. NC0 is equal to 1, NCN is equal to 1, NCR equal to NCN minus R. In the another property is NCR plus NCR minus 1 is equal to N plus 1 CR. This is also another property. And next thing is in the counting repetition and multi-set. Permutations with repetition is this is the formula for the permutations with repetition. N factorial by P factorial into Q factorial. Mississippi is the one of the example. So let us consider in this word we have 11 letters. In these 11 letters, S is equal to 4, I is equal to 4, P is equal to 2. The S is repeated 4 times. S, 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 S. And I is repeated from 3 times, 4 times. So I equal to 4. In the P is repeated for 2 times. So P is equal to 2. So after the calculation we then that arrangements is equal to N factorial by P factorial into Q factorial. N factorial is nothing but total letters we have in the word. In the word we have total 11 letters. So it is under 11 factorial. And the repeated words S, I and P. These are the count of the repeated words is 4, 4, 2. So the 4 factorial into 2 factorial. This way we calculate that permutations with repetition. And next one is probability axioms. In the probability axiom, the basic rule is the probability of an event depends on the, or it is in the range of 0 to 1. It is 0 or 1 or in between them, 0.1 or 0.2 or 0.3. That's the sum of this. The sum of all probabilities is equal to 1. It is also one of the rule in probabilities. And the union rule in probability axiom is P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. This is the one of the main rule for union. This we used many problems later. And these are the mutually exclusive events. In mutually exclusive events, A intersection B is equal to null. It is indicates that P of A intersection B is equal to 0. So the mutually exclusive means it is independent event and it is itself there is no dependency each other. It is known as mutually exclusive events. Next, here we shown that conditional probability and independence. This is the formula for the conditional probability. In this probability, we have the formula is P of A B equal to P of A intersection B by P of B. The chain rule is it is in the divided side. It can be come inside. Then it be called as chain rule. So independence means the A and B are independent if P of A intersection B is equal to P of A into P of B. So it indicates that the the events are independent. There is no dependency each other on the events that we call as independent events. So this is all about conditional probability and independence. And the next one is Bayes theorem. In Bayes theorem, the formula is P of A by B is equal to P of B by A into P of A by P of B. So this is the formula for the Bayes theorem. The P of A by B is nothing but the posterior, the result we want. So this is the input, what is the final we got. And P of B by, this is known as Bayes theorem formula. So P of B is nothing but evidence. The total probability theorem is P of B is equal to summation of P of B by A into P of AI. So this is the important rule for Bayes theorem. This Bayes theorem very helpful in exams to getting, by solving the lot of problems. Let us consider an example. So here this is the example for the Bayes theorem exam, and disease affects 1% and test is 99% accurate. The result is positive. What is the probability of disease? So the disease affects 1% is nothing but the probability of disease is 0.01. So next one is the disease percentage is 1%, so the healthy percentage is 99%. So that is probability of disease is 0.01, the probability of health is 0.09. That we written in this line. And the next one is the test is 99% accurate. It is positive result. So the positive test by disease, so that result is positive. It means the positive result is nothing but the disease will be happened. So probability of positive by disease is equal to 0.99. So probability of positive by healthy is nothing but 0.01. So that we written in this line. So this is our given data. So finally, how to solve this solution for finding that we are using the Bayes theorem in this case. In Bayes theorem, we need to find the disease by positive. What is the probability of disease? It is nothing but disease by positive. We need to find. So this is the result we need. We need it. So by applying these terms into this formula, then we got the results. So it means that there is a 50% chance. The probability of disease is there is a 50% chance. And next, here these are the basic statistics. You know, in 10th class, mean is nothing but averaging. For example, A, B. So what is the mean is nothing but A plus B is by 2. So this is mean. Median. The median is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4. What is 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the median is 1, 2, 3. So when I write it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is here, 3 is called a median because it is in median. It is in the middle position. Next, mode. Mode is nothing but the most frequently repeated item. It is nothing but, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. So 2 is repeated 2 times. So that is the mode. Variance. It is nothing but sigma square. E of x square minus e of x whole square. It is we called as variance. This is the formula for the variance. And next, standard deviation. Standard deviation is equal to root over variance. By applying the variance as a root, then we got this formula. So the relationship between the variables, we know that correlation and covariance. The covariance formula is it is the relation between x and y. But in variance, there is only established the relation between x and x, though that we got in the variance position. The covariance is nothing but we have two variables, x and y. The relation between the x and y is called as covariance. Correlation. The covariance of x comma y is divided by standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. The important rule is the range of the correlation is -1 to 1. This is helpful for solving tricky problems in the GATE exam. And next, these are the rules for the expectation and variance. So crucial for the numerical answer type questions. We know in GATE exam there is a N80 questions. It is nothing but a numerical answer type. So this is very important table for doing these type of problems. So let us discuss this topic: acceptation and variance. What is the difference between expectation and variance? First, in this is the different types of expectations and variances. So let us consider for a constant value enter into the expectation, then we got that constant value. But in variance of c is equal to 0, then we can't get that constant value, we get 0. Next, uh, a into x is equal to a of x. That way we got after expectation. The variance we get, it is a into x. For example, 2 into x. So they get 2 square into variance of x. 2 square in the thing, 4 square into variance of x. So that last time in previous question it is asked. So you need to remember this one. And next, shifting. E of x plus b is equal to e of x plus b. Variance of x plus b, variance of b is nothing but 0. So that why we didn't write anything in this line. And next, e of x plus y is equal to e of x plus e of y. Variance of x plus variance of y plus 2 into covariance of x comma y. It is nothing but variance of x plus y is equal to variance of x plus y is equal to variance of x plus variance plus y plus 2 into variance covariance of x comma y. It is for sum. For independence, it is this going this line. There is independent variance. So the covariance of x comma y is nothing but 0. So that why we included this term. So next, so it is completed. Next one is discrete distributions. So this is also another important topic. Definitely one question will become in the GATE 2026. Bernoulli principle. This is the formula for the Bernoulli principle. The mean of the Bernoulli principle is P and the variance is P into 1 minus P. It is the probability mass function. So binomial. Mm, we can write n of k or nck. We already knows that in before classes we knows that uh, instead of k notation we use r notation. So let us consider that if we speak like that r notation in that form, p of r into 1 minus p whole power 1 minus r. Next, Bernoulli principle, ncr into p power r into 1 minus p whole power n minus r. Mean, np into 1 minus p. Poisson distribution, e power minus lambda into lambda power r by r factorial. And geometric, 1 minus p whole power k minus 1 into p. Mean 1 by p. Variance 1 minus p by p square. For Poisson distribution, mean and variance becomes lambda. So it is very important point. So you need to remember this one. And next one is continuous distributions. In continuous distributions, we have different types of continuous distributions are there. So uniform, exponential, normal, standard normal. So in the standard normalization, the mean and variance is 0 and 1. You need to remember this. Last time previous question it is asked. So next, normal. For normal, it is the formula. If you remember this formula, then there is a chance to get a question on this. So mean is mu and variance is sigma square. So expectational, lambda into e power minus lambda x, exponential. Mean 1 by lambda, variance 1 by lambda square. Uniform distribution means that 1 by b minus a is for mean a plus b by 2, for variance b minus a whole square by 12. So you need to remember this very well. Then you get any specific question. So I want to tell this simple trick. You need to remember this and this and this. These three. You need to remember these three one. Then definitely you got three questions on your hand by remembering these three tables completely but strategically. Then you got the perfect roadmap by getting three questions in the GATE 2026 exam paper. It is damn and sure questions. And next one is central limit theorem. The central limit theorem is nothing but, let us consider that there is a n value. So in this n value, split it into sample and population. Sample is nothing but we need to take a specific small amount of data that we called sample. Population means is nothing but we need to take the complete data. So it is nothing but population. If n value greater than or equal to 30, it is nothing but population distribution. Next, we have z test and a t-test. Z test is used for population related problems and t-test is used for sample related problems. The formula for the z-test is z equal to x minus mu by sigma by root n. The t-test formula is x minus mu by s by root n. For the chi-square test, for categorical data, we need to use this chi-square test. Observed frequency minus expected frequency whole square divided by expected frequency. This is the formula for the chi-square test. You need to remember these critical values. Then you got any idea to solve these problems. For Z test for mean, 95% confidence, the Z value becomes 1.96. 99% confidence, the alpha value becomes 2.58. Here we shown that alpha value, this is nothing but the given confidence related values, 1.96 and 2.58. By applying this, we got the solution for the complex problems. And next, these are the examples for it is helpful for calculating for the future and some problems also. Factory A 60%, factory A produces 60%, 1% is defect. Factory B produces 40%, 2% is defect. So item is defective, probability it's from B. So the question is very simple. Um, there is a damaged one, item is defective, the probability it comes from B. So in the by coming from the B, the 40% is not, it is your overall probability. So we need to find the probability of B by damage. We have giving the values as 60 by 1%, 40 by 2%. By solving the given statements, we got these values. By applying the Bayes theorem, you got this solution. After applying these values, then you got 4 by 7 is the answer. The variance calculation, x and y, it independent. So variance of x is equal to 2, variance of y is equal to 3, find none. So here we said that x and y are independent. It is nothing but covariance of x comma y is equal to 0. You need to remember that point. By solving these, variance of 3x plus variance of minus 2y plus 0 is equal to variance of 3x is variance of x. It is nothing but a square. So 3 square is nothing but 9. Variance of x is nothing but 2. So 92 plus 4 into 3 is equal to 18 plus 12. Then we got that answer is 30. Next, examples 3 and 4. In the 3, we know that probability distribution function. In the probability distribution function, the formula is e power minus lambda into lambda power r by r factorial. At that formula, we applied at this situation. We give that initially lambda equal to 3 per minute. After 2 minutes, then we got the lambda is 3 into 2. So that we got 6. So if probability x equal to 2, then by applying this, then we got the 18 into 60 e power minus 6 is the answer. And the next one is PDF constant. The f of x is equal to kx square on 0 to 2 as an interval. Find the k value. So in the interval is 0 to 2. So by applying this function, we need to equal 1 because the PDF probability distribution function constant is nothing but is equal to 1 in the relation of the 0 to 2 range. So it is the standard rule is equal to 1. By applying this, then we got the k value. So this is the answer for the GATE exam. So you need to remember these type of simple tricks. Then you got any 5 questions or 6 questions related on these topics. And next, this is the interval notation. It is the final topic for this session. So the round, it is nothing but open interval. So endpoint not included. The main point is in this line is very important. Endpoint is not in. Let us consider a less than x less than b. It means a and b are not included. Only in between them are included. Okay, you need to remember these points. Next, square brackets. It is a closed interval. Endpoint is included. It is nothing but A and B are included. This is the main rule for the square matrix. As a brackets of the square A comma B, it is included that in between them and included A and B also. This is the notation for the interval. So these are the topics for the probability and statistics. So it is the GATE 2026 exam is conducted by the IIT Guwahati. If you want all these materials completely, so then come to Google Chrome, then search Surya Wave. Then here we got the first website. So let enter into this website. So here we shown that all these resources. Then click sign in. After signing with Google, so then click explore services. Here we shown that all these services are available in this website. So GATE 2026 complete bundle material is available here. Click get started. Then you got the all material access here. Then click on purchase now. Scan this QR ID with your mobile. After scanning this QR ID, then the UTR ID will be generated by after payment will be done. Place this that UTR ID at this position. Then click submit for verification. Let I enter this one. Then the payment will be verified within 20 minutes. Complete resources are available into your dashboard. Here you observe that linear algebra topic. So in this linear algebra, there is a 10% chance to get a question on these topics. First, let us explain that the GATE 2026 exam as conducted by IIT Guwahati, and based on this material, you need to prepare well. So all questions are very easy by remembering these type of materials. So let us start the tutorial. So here these are the contents present in this tutorial. First, let me start. Vector space and subspaces. The vector space is nothing but the set of vectors as closed under addition and scalar. But it means that it must be satisfied that addition and scalar multiplication. The subspace set is there is a common difference for the subspace set. The subspace set has a zero vector, but the vector space has only these two conditions will be followed. Then it is known as vector space. If the three conditions will be followed, then we call the subspace set. The great diagram tip is the line by plane is a subspace only if passes through the origin. It means it is passes through origin, then it will be the subspace. Y equal to 2x is equal has origin, because if we applied x will be 0, then y will be 0. Then at that point we get that 0 comma 0 point. If we apply that to x will be 0, but y is 1, so it is not no origin. So that way it is not a subspace. So you need to remember these type of simple trips, then you attain easy to answer these type of questions. Next, linear dependence and linear independence. Here the important point is for a matrix, the data of A is equal to 0. It means it is dependent. If data of A is not equal to 0, it is independent to each other. For example, in a matrix we have for example, in a square matrix, 3 by 3 matrix, okay, let us consider. In that matrix, the data of that matrix is 0. It means it is dependent on that values. The data of A is not equal, it is independent on that values. So these are the important points for this linear dependence and independence topic. Special matrices. We have different types of matrices, right? So these are the special matrices we have. First, A transpose is nothing but symmetric. A, the A transpose is equal to minus A. It is nothing but skew symmetric. The first is skew symmetric matter, the diagonal elements must be 0. Orthogonal matrix. The orthogonal matrix follow this condition. A transpose A is equal to A transpose is equal to I. You need to follow this condition, or we need to write this one also. A transpose is equal to A inverse. So for orthogonal, the determinant is plus or minus will be plus or minus 1. Otherwise, it is not orthogonal matrix. Idempotent matrix. It is nothing but A square is equal to A. This condition it followed. Eigenvalues are 0 or 1. Nilpotent means A power k is equal to for integer k. It means the nilpotent matrix A power k is 0. For all eigenvalues will be 0. Partitioning matrix, splitting large matrix into blocks. This is called as, for example, we have 3 by 3 matrix, then we convert it into 2 by 2, then it means partition matrix, right? That way. Next, trace and determinant. Here this is very important. Just let's listen this topic very clearly, because there is a 2 questions answered asked before previous 2025 exam. So you need to remember these points very well. Then you got any one question at this point. First, trace of A is nothing but the sum of diagonal elements or sum of eigenvalues. The trace of A is equal to the sum of diagonal elements and sum of diagonal values, a sum of eigenvalues. Determinant. Determinant is nothing but we need to find normally determinant. The product of eigenvalues is nothing but the determinant of the matrix. By remembering these points, you definitely got a single question in the 2026 exam. The key properties, det of AB is equal to det of A into det of B. This is the one property in the determinants. Det of Ka is equal to K power n into det of A. It is n for n by n matrix. We need to apply that K power n at this point. Okay. Please understand very clearly this point and this point. Definitely a question will come 2026 exam. You need to remember it very clearly. Sum of diagonal elements, sum of eigenvalues. It is equal to the trace of A. What is meant by trace of A? The sum of diagonal will be answer will be trace of A. It is common people knows, but for IIT level preparation students definitely need this type of formula. Sum of eigenvalues is equal to the sum of diagonal values in the trace of A. Right? Next, rank and Gaussian elimination. For the Gaussian elimination, the complexity for the normal situation is O of n cube. For that, most cases be important for GATE exam, right? For the Gaussian elimination. But the previous year asked that it is not the answer is O of n cube, but the answer is O of n square. Why? In the Gaussian elimination, there is a special case. In that special case, the complexity will be O of n square. So at this point, we need to for the special case only. It means the best case will be O of n cube, but the majority complexity is O of n cube. So at that, you need to remember this point very well. For augmented matrix, here this is the relations. For the no solution, rank of A is not equal to rank of B. For a unique solution, rank of A is equal to rank of A by B is equal to n. For infinite solution, rank of A is equal to rank of A by B less than or equal less than n. So it means coincident planes are there. Here in intersective point, it is the parallel planes. The rank of A not less rank of A is equal to n. It has only trivial solution. Rank of A less than n, it is infinite trivial. So for the unique solutions, rank of A is equal to n, det of A not equal to 0. This condition it followed. For a infinite trivial solution, rank of A less than n, and another point is det of A is equal to 0. Rank of A is equal to n means only trivial solution. Rank of A is not less than n, it means infinite trivial solution. You need to remember this point very well for the homogeneous system. So here this is a very important theorem, rank nullity theorem. Rank of A plus nullity of A is equal to n. It is used for some specific problems. So next, basic properties. Ax is equal to lambda for finding that eigenvalue. So you need to apply that at this point. Shortcuts for the gate. The sum of the eigenvalues is nothing but trace of A. Before I said, product of eigenvalues is nothing but rate of A. For the triangular and diagonal matrix, lambda is for diagonal eigenvalues of the triangular and diagonal matrix is the diagonal elements. Real symmetric matrix eigenvalues are real. Eigenvalues of distinct lambda are orthogonal. These are the simple points. For symmetric matrix, A transpose is equal to A. Eigenvalues are real, and eigenvalues of distinct lambda are orthogonal. Remember these points very well. Next, if lambda is an eigenvalue of A, okay. So let these are the very important points also. If in the question given A power k, then what is the eigenvalue? So you need to remember this lambda power k. If it is A power minus 1, then it is 1 by lambda. If it is A plus k, then the formula is lambda plus k. If it is this, then the formula is lambda plus 1 of square. Next, for the for eigenvalues of A is, so we need to find the eigenvalues of this. We know that trace. The trace means the sum of the diagonal elements. So 1 plus 1 is nothing but 2. For determinant, the determinant is nothing but 1 into 1 minus 2 into 2. Then you apply that minus 3. By applying these 2, then we got that the eigenvalues are these lambda 1 equal to 3, lambda 2 equal to minus 1. Next, LU. LU decomposition. L is nothing but lower triangular, U is nothing but upper triangular. We need to apply the condition is, here we observe that projections. In these projections, the formula is, here this is the formula. A transpose A transpose divided by A transpose A. This is the formula. We applied that. And next, P square is equal to P. So it means the projection matrix must be idempotent matrix and must be symmetric matrix. Then you need to remember that point, then you got it is projection matrix or not. The projection matrix must follow this condition. These two conditions. It is must be idempotent and it is must be symmetric. And next one is singular value decomposition. In the singular value decomposition, the main important rule, we need to find the singular values. So we need to calculate them. Why you need to calculate them? For example, in the question given that A matrix A, and we need to find that A transpose of A. It means orthogonal level matrix. So for the eigenvalues of the A transpose A is lambda. It means the square root of the eigenvalues is nothing but singular values. You need to remember this point. 2025 year question paper it is asked. Next, SVD example. For in this code, we observe that M equal to U transpose. The M is rank 1. Eigenvalues of M is 1. For U, for 0 for orthogonal vectors. If the singular values is nothing but mod of eigenvalues. This point also very remember point. The singular value is the mod of eigenvalues. Next, expression. Here we shown that quadratic expressions q of x. So by the nature we need to say that if eigenvalues becomes greater than 0, it is positive definite. If it is greater than or equal to, it is positive semi-definite. It is less than 0, it is negative definite. It is infinite, it is saddle point. Indefinite, some greater than 0, some less than 0. At that point we said that indefinite saddle point situation we observed. This is the recall table. We know unique solutions. This is the form. For no solution, this is formula. And infinite solution, this is the formula. For orthogonal, Q transpose is equal to Q inverse. This is also one form. Projection, we need to follow these two rules. It is idempotent, it is symmetric. For eigenvalues, we need to find by applying this formula. Lambda of A minus lambda is equal to 0. For Cayley-Hamilton theorem, so the square matrix satisfies one characteristic. We need to find characteristic equation. For SVD, this is the we need to find singular values by applying this one. So this is the all about linear algebra. So next, so these are the all points completely related to the linear algebra. We need to prepare well for this GATE 2026 exam, and my suggestion is you need to answer the question. Before doing that question complete, you need to read completely every question before attending the answer. If you not read the question, then you have no idea about what he asked. So you need to prepare well for the gate 20. I will trust you. You definitely qualify by listening or choosing this material. So thank you. If you want all these materials completely, so then come to Google Chrome, then search Surya Wave. Then here we got the first website. So let enter into this website. So here we shown that all these resources. Then click sign in. After signing with Google, so then click explore services. Here we shown that all these services are available in this website. So Gate 2026 complete bundle material is available here. Click get started. Then you got the all material access here. Then click on purchase now. Scan this QR ID with your mobile. After scanning this QR ID, then the UTR ID will be generated by after payment will be done. Place this that UTR ID at this position. Then click submit for verification. Let I enter this one. Then the payment will be verified within 20 minutes. Complete resources are available into your dashboard. Here we shown the topic of programming data structures and algorithms. It is one of the important topic in GATE exam. Here these are the table of contents we have. Let we start. Uh, Data types and mutability. Let me explain simple. Int, float, string, tuple, list, dictionary, set. These are the data types, right? So in these data types, let me include that the gate focus is where it depends on mutability, output prediction, and scope. Okay. So first, you know very well data type and what is meant by mutability. Mutability means the changeable value. For example, I write as a t is equal to 4. Okay. The immutable means the value cannot be changed. It means if we initialize the value is 4, we can't change this 4 value. So it means it we can't change int, float, string, tuple. These in these objects we can't change the value of the after initializing. That we called immutable. The note point is the changing a variable points to a new object. It means we can change this t value at this position, but we can't change this 4 value. The mutable means change in place. It means we can change this value of 4 at this point. Okay. So the list, dictionary, and set. So these are the notable means it is changeable options. We know pop, append, and something push that items will be happened here. It helps to change in place. But in your immutable, we can't change any values. We can change object only new as a new object. It means, for example, t is equal to 4. It means we can change a equal to 4. Like that way, we need change. That way he said that this is immutable and this is immutable. Next, here one of the important topic in programming and data structures. So you are observe that syntax list start stop step. Start means starting element here, and a stop means the stop element must be excluded in the list, and a step means we need to flow up that step value. For example, if we 2, then we step with that 2 to 2 times. Next, a simple example, right? In another point is the negative step reverse the list. If put the -1, it will helps to reverse the list. So here the simple example is a is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this given list, you need to observe that index value is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, it means 1 is to 4, right? So it definitely starts with 1. Okay, because this is a starting element. So 1, 2, 3. The it is the second means stop element. We can't include this. This is a stop is an exclusive term, right? So that's why mm, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the correct answer. But we will start with 1, then 1, 2, 3, 4. So the fourth element is a stop inside. That why we can't include the stop. The answer will be 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next, print A of column minus 1. So it means it is a step element. The step elements if negative, it, it helps to reverse the list. So that's why it will happen here. It helps to reverse the list. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 is happened here. Next, print A of minus 2 is to some empty. So how to solve this problem? First, the minus 2 means here you observe that first in this statement the minus 2 is 4, right? We need to end up with the string because it is reversible. So after reversing that, the second element is uh, here 4. In this 4, the remaining element means the 4 and 5. It means it is minus in the ending it is the minus 1 value and it is the minus 2. That way it will start. So it means the minus 2 value is 4. It is the starting element. So that's why we included the minus 2. And the empty is there is nothing is available. That's why so minus 2 minus 1 is the answer. So the 4 and 5 is the answer. That's why we included that term. Next, dictionaries and recursion. Dictionary, we know that a key and value pairs. The key and value pairs we called as a dictionary. Keys must be immutable. It means we can change the keys. Okay, lists cannot be keys. It means the lists cannot be keys. You need to remember these points very well. Lookups are of one on average. So this is the complexity of by looking up the time. Recursion and scope. Variables inside functions are local unless marked globally. The recursion and scope means uh, the variables inside functions are nothing but local unless we mark it blue. If we put that scope value is global, then it is available for all complete program. If it is local statement, there is unless there is no marking for the global. It is used for local purposes only. The gate tip is always trace recursion trace carefully. It means in the gate 2024 exam, the question 63, they asked that the recursion tree is careful. The tracing is available for the recursion tree. It is very important. He is saying the time and space complexity. The notations are here. We observe that the big O is an upper bound. It is the that we said this is called as worst case, and the omega. This is the symbol for the omega. It is for the lower bound for best case. So you need to remember these three scales. In these three scales, the the worst case is big O. The average case is this one, and the omega case is this one. So it will be low to high. So you need to remember that as a low to high positions. So theta, the first let we state that um, in the bounds there will be different. So the boundings are vice versa, but in the cases you need to follow this rule. Uh, worst case, uh, theta as a average case, worst case, average case, and the best case. So it means big O, theta, omega. Next, Master theorem. The Master theorem, the formula is here. This is the formula for the Master's theorem. T of n is equal to A into T of n by B plus f of n. For the comparison of this Master theorem, we need to follow these two conditions to compare that n power log b a versus f of n. If f of n is this value, then omega of it means big O of n power log b a minus epsilon, then the t of n value becomes theta. So if you observe that the t of n value is completely theta values, but in the root values n power log b a power minus, these are the different values, but the t of n values must be in the theta initially. It means if you there is a chance to get this any question on this based on the gate exam. Merge sort. For the merge sort, the t of n is equal to 2 into t of n by 2 plus n. The theta value, theta of n log n. This is the complexity. For binary search, the complexity is O of log n. Here the stack follows last in first out principle, and these operations are push pop. It followed that O of n linear complexity is possible at this point. It uses balancing parenthesis problems and DFF's recursion problems we use in the stack we use in these cases. Next, Q follows first in first out rule. Its operations are NQ, DQ, and linear complexity. It is used for BFS and scheduling problems. You need to remember that point. Stack is used for DFS and Q is used for BFS. Right? Next, linked lists. So in the linked lists, the axis is O of n. It is the complexity of O of log n, O of n, big O of n. Insert by delete at head, it takes O of 1 complexity. Insert by delete at tail, it takes O of n. That's why we take that average will be O of n as the complexity ratio for the linked lists. Binary tree properties. In the binary tree properties, we have some important points. You need to remember this one. Maximum nodes at level k is equal to 2 power k. This is the formula for the maximum nodes. Maximum nodes in the tree of height h is equal to 2 power h plus 1 minus 1. This is the another point. And the handshake lemma. It is one of the strict binary tree. The formula is L is equal to I plus 1. The leave nodes is equal to internal loads plus 1. It is the handshake lemma. This is also one important point. The tree construction uniqueness. So first you need to remember at these points, the first point is the self has there is no uniqueness. Okay, there is no unique will be drawn. For example, in order plus in order we can't draw, and post pre-order plus post pre-order we can't draw the unique tree, and post order plus post order we can't draw the unique tree. Similarly, without in order, we can't draw uniqueness. For example, pre-order plus post-order, not sufficient. So it means we can't draw at this point also. So these are the one point and these are the second point. So the main cases are in order plus pre-order or in order plus post-order. At these cases, you need to construct the reconstruction. Next. So here this is the binary search tree. Left child less than root less than right child. It means this is the first, this is the path we need to go, that left root right. This is the increasing order we followed. The average case is O of log n. For the worst case, it happened that O of n. For the binary search tree, The balanced binary search tree, the guaranteed height is O of log n, and the worst case is O of log n. Here the hashing concept. In this hashing concept, the alpha value indicates the number of elements by table size. So this is the formula for the alpha. Chaining. So collision resolution. We need to resolve the collision resolution by following that open addressing as linear probing and quadratic probing methods. These are the formulas for the linear probing and quadratic probing. And these are the searching algorithms. We know that linear search and binary search. The best cases are O of one for the linear and binary, and the worst case for the linear search is O of n. And this is used for the unsorted data, and binary search is used for the sorted data only. Here, this is the search recurrence formula. T of n is equal to T of n by 2 plus 1. Next, the sorting comparison. This table is very important for definitely a question will be happened in the gate exam. So bubble, the best case is bubble sort, the best case is O of n. The average case is O of n square. The worst case is O of n square. You need to remember this table very well. Then definitely a question will be happened here. You need to remember some important points also. For the selection sort, the all case, the best and average case must be same, but it is not stable, right? You need to remember this point. Next, for the merge sort also, n log n and average case, worst case also same, but it is stable. So this is the difference between selection sort and merge sort. You need to remember this point. And the another point is for the quick sort, best case and average case become same. The worst case is O of n square. So the space is O of log n. There is no stable. So these are the selection sort and quick sort. These two are no stable, and for the merge sort is stable, eh, and it is the same for the best and average and worst case for all scenarios. The insertion sort best for nearly sorted arrays. For n, if n value is less than 50, it is used for, if we use it best for nearly sorted arrays. For the quick sort, the worst case can be brought and smallest by largest. You need to remember this point also. BFS, it is nothing but breadth first search, but DFS is nothing but depth first search. It is used for the queue, and it is used for a stack. Finds shortest path in unweighted graphs. It is helps to find the shortest path. In the real time we tell that Google Maps, right? In Google Maps, the we need to find the shortest path location. That in that cases, this algorithm will be helpful. The time complexity is of vertex minus edges, vertex plus edges, vertex plus edges. We have the graph, right? These are the vertices, and these are the for example, this is the gap, and these are the vertices, and these are the edges. 1, 2, 3. At that point we said. So the time complexity becomes vertices plus edges. Next, the shortest path algorithms. Here these are the shortest path algorithms. In these shortest path and discrete path algorithm, it followed that greedy approach and works on negative weights. And these are the E log O of E log V. This is the time complexity using for the priority queue, and Belmont FUD. It is used for dynamic programming. In some cases, there is a chance to ask a single question based on this slide. Works with negative edge weights. The Bellman-Ford main conditions rules is dynamic programming, works with negative edge weights, and can detect negative edge cycles and the time complexity of vertices into edges. These are the problem solving tricks. It is helpful for the solving some problems. Sorting swaps. Insertion sort swaps is equal to number of inversions. Selection sort is equal to minimum swaps of n. Recursive tracing. Don't guess, draw stack frames. It means you need to draw some stack frames, then you got this recursive tracing. Hashing method. Check collisions manually using modulo arithmetic. In the hashing, we have the formula, right? H of modulus. Then you need to apply that in this hashing math. Then you solve the problems. Next, here the example of the hashing is hash table size 10. H of x is equal to 3x modulus 10. This is the formula for the hashing. The linear programming we need to apply. Insert 1, 4, 15. So we need to apply this into this formula. Then we got that the storing the slot 3, slot 2, and slot 4. These are the storing places indexes in that hash table. So that's for today. Uh, you need to remember these all points today very well. And if you are observe that programming data structures and algorithm, this is very important for the some entrance exams also. You need to remember this very well. And thank you everyone. If you want all these materials completely, so then come to Google Chrome, then search Surya Wave. Then here we got the first website. So let enter into this website. So here we shown that all these resources. Then click sign in. After signing with Google, so then click explore services. Here we shown that all these services are available in this website. So Gate 2026 complete bundle material is available here. Click get started. Then you got the all material access here. Then click on purchase now. Scan this QR ID with your mobile. After scanning this QR ID, then the UTR ID will be generated by after payment will be done. Place this that UTR ID at this position. Then click submit for verification. Let I enter this one. Then the payment will be verified within 20 minutes. Complete resources are available into your dashboard. The GATE 2026 exam conducted by IIT Guwahati. So let we start our session. So here these are the table of contents, limits and continuity, differentiability, Taylor series, maximum, minimum, optimization, power node, summary. So let we start. First, let we start the limits. These are the definition of the limits is the value a function approaches as the input approaches that we need to follow that a specific value. A function approaches as the input that approaches as a specific value. F of x is equal to L. Existence condition is a limit exists if and only if left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. This is the condition for the left hand limit and right hand limit, the limit condition. And the value of the function approaches as the input approaches to a specific value. It means that the limit L is defined that limit of x tends to a f of x. So next, here we shown that intermediate forms and L-Hospital rule. In the GATE, the L-Hospital rule is very highlighted topic in the GATE exam. The formula for the L-Hospital rule is limit of x tends to a f of x by g of x is equal to limit of x tends to a f of x, f dash of x by g dash of x. Many people confused at this situation in this point. The differentiable is not applied whole one. The differentiable is applied for the numerator as separate part and denominator as separator part. So you need to remember this one. Next, so the note point is apply this form repeatedly until no longer get the indeterminate form. Indeterminate form means that 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity. So at that situation, these type of forms we get, we need to repeat until the form that is no longer indeterminate. Okay. Next, continuity. A function f of x is continuous at x is equal to a if limit x tends to a f of x exists that this is relation. It means the left hand limit is equal to the right hand limit. this is you must solve this condition. Then f of a is defined, and limit is equal to function value. So we by applying that function value, it must be equal to the limit. So by solving these three conditions, we said that it is a continuity. Next, for example, let we said piecewise function. Here, the find ak if x is f of x is continuous at x equal to 2. So the left hand limit is this one, and the right hand limit is this one. In the left hand limit, we followed that this is the left hand limit function, and this is the right hand limit function. So then I applied that value 2 in this equation, then we got that k value will become 2. So it means it solves that LHL is equal to RHL. Next, definition and relationships. The function is differentiable at x is equal to a if a graph has a unique vertical non-vertical tangent. It means that we have continuity and differentiable. In the differentiable, the relation is there is a no sharp edges. The sharp edges means equal to 0, and that type of known as a sharp edge. But in this case, the differentiable has no sharp edge. It means it must be not equal to 0. You need to remember this point. So why it differentiable is relation to the continuity. The differentiable is always continuous, always true. This point is very important. And next, the continuity is not equal to differentiable. This is also very important. And example, for example, like we said that f of x is equal to mod x is continuous at 0, but it is not differentiable. So these 3 points are very important for the differentiable related, the relation between the continuity and differentiable. Next, key concept in the GATE exam, the ReLU function, rectified linear unit. It is called a ReLU function. It is common in deep learning. It acts as an optimizer and activation function in the deep learning. So you need to remember this one very well. Next, f of x, it means there is a sharp edges, right? 0, it is greater than or equal to 0, it means there is a sharp edge, so it means it definitely continuous. But it is not, it is differentiable, no, because it is a sharp corner is available. So that we said that the ReLU function is definitely a continuous function, not a differentiable function. Okay. Next, here the Taylor series. In the Taylor series, this is the formula for the Taylor series. F of x is equal to f of a plus f dash of a into x minus a, and so on. So here the sum of the secure and rules by applying this type of Taylor series forms. So the e power x form is 1 plus x square by 2 factorial plus and so on. The sin x form is x minus x cube by 3 factorial plus and so on. The cos x formula is 1 minus x square by 2 factorial plus and so on. The approximation error proportional to is proportional to the x minus a plus 1 if you stopped after n terms. After n terms, it will stop. This is the approximation error. Next, the critical points and testing. Critical stationary point. It means that f dash of x is equal to 0. It helps to find the critical points. So next, it is used for first derivative, and second derivative test. It is mostly used for local minimum and local maximum we need to find. For a local minimum and for local maximum, we said that f double dash of x less than 0. For local minimum, we use the formula as f double dash of x greater than 0. For if the test fails, it means it is under saddle point. The saddle point situation is it becomes a 0 or something else. Next, here the convexity. The convexity is the crucial for the machine learning. Here you said that the convex function becomes is f double dash of x greater than or equal to 0. It means that we know that convex is here. This is the convex lens, and here we shown that this is the concave lens, right? In the convex lens, we said that the property is under in the this formula we used f double dash of its second derivative must be greater than or equal to 0. This formula we applied. For the concave lens, we apply this formula. The formula is f double dash of x less than or equal to 0 for all x. Next, optimization on closed interval. In the optimization of the closed interval, find there is a algorithm for doing this one. The algorithm is first the critical points where f dash of x is equal to 0 inside A and B. So this is the this is the range. Then evaluate the f of x at all critical points. Then after evaluate f of a and f of p at endpoints. Then comparing all, then we got that global maximum and global. Let us choose an example. Here in the example, global minimum of that f of x is a function on -2 comma 3. In this problem, let we start step 1. Let we find out that first as a first derivative. After first derivative, we find that it in this function we said it must be equal to 0. Then we got that critical points as x equal to 2 and x equal to -. In that critical points, we need to apply in this form, because first let we consider that in the given the question, the what are the range of interval given. In the range of interval given -2 and 3. In the -2 and 3 we applied that second derivative. So after applying that wait, after in the second derivative we shown that we have the critical points for this. In these critical points we need to put these critical points into second derivative. After putting this one in second derivative, then we got the local maximum and local minimum. In the local maximum and local minimum, here we observe that this is the local maximum one and here the local minimum one. Next, after that, the endpoints we have in the question is, if I by applying into that, by applying into this one, this function, by applying this into first derivative function, then we got that values are, here we got that values is 18, and we applied into that first value is a function. In this function we applied that these critical points, then we got that global maximum and a global minimum. The global maximum means it is same, but local maximum means it is different. So that point we need to identify at this point. This way, this question is very important for the gate exam, so you need to remember this question very well. Next, here this is the cheat sheet for the overall summary. So let us explain that. Here this is the formula for the L'Hospital rule. F of x by limit of x tends to f of x by you need to remember for these are the indeterminate form. Continuity, it must follow this rule, and differentiated, there is no sharp edge, it must form this rule also. And for the stationary point, the formula is f dash of x is equal to 0. For local minimum, the formula is f dash of x equal to 0, and apply that f double of x greater than 0. For local maximum, this will be the answer. And for the saddle point situation at is equal to 0, this is the logistic function. The logistic function is f of x is equal to 1 by 1 plus e power minus x. In some cases, in the gate exam, there is a question that will be asked for the logistic function. So you need to remember this formula very well. So this is the end of this session. So you need to remember these all formulas and tricks in the questions in the gate exam. Be prepared well for the gate exam. Thank you. If you want all these materials completely, so then come to Google Chrome, then search Surya Wave. Then here we got the first website. So let enter into this website. So here we shown that all these resources. Then click sign in. After sign in with Google, so then click explore services. Here we shown that all these services are available in this website. So Gate 2026 complete bundle material is available here. Click get started. Then you got the all material access here. Then click on purchase now. Scan this QR ID with your mobile. After scanning this QR ID, then the UTR ID will be generated by after payment will be done. Place this that UTR ID at this position, then click submit for verification. Let I enter this one. Then the payment will be verified within 20 minutes. Complete results are available into your dashboard. Here the mathematical foundations and quick references. So I explain this one. Here these are the contents we have, right? Exponents and the logarithms, trigonometry, calculus, and a propositional logic. First I explain these terms, basic definition and laws. You know, these are the formulas for the logarithms. Y is equal to log ax turns to a power y is equal to x. So ln of x is equal to log base e x, and where e terms the value of the e is 2.718. Remember this value. And the product rule is log ab is equal to log a plus log b, and quotient rule log a by b is equal to log a minus log b, and the power rule is x log of x power n is equal to n into log x. Change the base, it means log b base a, then the formula becomes ln of ln b by ln a, the ln b of 10 by ln b of 10. The reciprocal formula becomes log of b base a, then it is when we reciprocal them 1 by log a base, that means the base will be converted into that term, then the term will be converted into base. This is the formula for the logarithms, and this is one of the formulas for the logarithms. Here the logarithm formula becomes log 1 value becomes 0, then log a base a becomes 1, and log e value becomes 1, and ln of 1 becomes 0. The inverse properties are a power log x base a, it becomes x, and e power ln of x is nothing but the value becomes x. This is the inverse properties in the logarithms. And next, definitions and the basic identities are, right, for the right triangle definitions are the sin theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. For the cos theta, adjacent side by hypotenuse. For the tan theta, it is nothing but opposite side by adjacent side. For the reciprocal identity, cosecant theta is equal to 1 by sin theta. For the secant theta is equal to 1 by cos theta. Then cot theta is equal to cos theta by sin theta. We know the trigonometry formulas, right? These are the trigonometry formulas you learned in the 10th class or the intermediate related topic. And Pythagoras identity, sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, and 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta. 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosecant square theta. Next one is compound angle. These formulas are not very important, and the compound angle formulas are sin of a plus or minus b is equal to sin a cos b plus or minus cos a sin b. Cos of a plus or minus b is equal to cos a cos b plus or minus sin a sin b. Tan of a plus or minus b is equal to tan a plus or minus tan b by 1 plus or 1 minus tan a into tan b. For a apply that plus in first, then tan a plus tan b, 1 minus tan a into tan b. That's why applying that plus and minus in the correct notations. Double angle formulas. This is the double angle formulas that sin 2a equal to 2 sin a cos a, and cos 2a is equal to cos square a. This is one important formula. There is a chance to get a question on the GATE exam. Cos 2a equal to cos square a minus sin square a is equal to 2 cos square a minus 1 is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square a. And tan 2a formula becomes 2 tan a by 1 minus tan square a. And next, here we observe that triple angle formulas. It is for the crucial addition. Sin 3a equal to 3 sin a minus 4 sin cube a, and cos 3a equal to 4 cos cube a minus 3 cos a, and tan 3a equal to 3 tan a minus tan cube a by 1 minus 3 tan square a. For the half angle rules, the formula becomes sin square a equal to 1 minus cos 2a by 2, and cos square a is equal to 1 plus cos 2a by 2, and tan square a is equal to 1 minus cos 2a by 1 plus cos 2a. Next, and the product to sum and triangle laws. These are the product to sum and triangle to laws form. 2 sin a cos b is equal to 2 sin of a plus b plus sin of a minus b, and 2 cos a sin b is equal to sin of a plus b minus sin of a minus b. Sin of a plus b is sin a plus sin b is equal to 2 sin of a plus b by 2 into cos of a minus b by 2. Cos of a plus b is equal to 2 cos of a plus b by 2 into cos of a minus b by 2. For the triangles, the formula becomes sine rule. For the sine rule, the formula is a by sin a is equal to b by sin b is equal to c by sin c. For the Cosine rule, the formula becomes c square is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab into cos c. This there is a chance to get a question in this formula. For the area of the triangle, formula becomes 1 by 2 ab into sin c. And I did not remember these formulas. There is a chance to get the question in the GATE exam. Next, this is the trigonometric values table. You know very well in the intermediate and 10th class also. So sin 0 0, sin 30 1 by 2, sin 45 1 by 2, sin 60 root 3 by 2, sin 91. I will explain this simple trick by remembering this table very clearly. First, um, we know these formulas, right? So you need to remember these formulas, these two formulas, then you will get a proper identification. Here observe that trigonometric values table. We need to remember this sin theta row only. We need to remember this one no, this one term. Then you definitely get a complete table. Why? I will set a trick. So sin 0 value becomes 0. Sin 30 value becomes 1 by 2. Sin 45 value becomes 1 by root 2. Sin 60 value root 3 by 2. Sin 90 value 1. So you need to remember these row correctly. Then you get definitely in this complete table by remembering. Why I said? Let I explain. It is means sin theta. You know sin 0 0, sin 30 1 by 2, sin 45. So we need to reverse this thing. This is in the order of this is in the order of this direction. Okay, so this is in the order of this direction. We need to write this into this order. So it means here this one in this order. Here we shown that 0 1 by 2 1 by root 2 root 3 by 2 and 1. So we need to reverse this into in this term. So 0 0 1 by 2 1 by 2 1 by root 2 1 by root 2 root 3 by 2 root 3 by 2 and 1 1. Okay, and next one is tan theta. For the tan theta, we know that a sin theta by cos theta. So 0 by 1 0. So 1 by 2 by root 3 by 2 then becomes 1 by root 3. So 1 by 2 root 2 1 by root 2 then becomes 1. Root 3 by 2 1 by 2 then it becomes root 3. For tan theta it means sin theta by cos theta, right? So say 1 by 0 it is nothing but infinity. That's why it included. And next cosecant theta. For the cosecant theta we know that 1 by sin theta. For applying that 1 by 0, so 1 by 0 it is nothing but infinity. 1 by 1 by 2 is nothing but 2. 1 by 1 by 2, 1 by root 2 is nothing but root 2. 1 by root 3 by 2 is nothing but 2 by root 3. 1 by 1 is nothing but 1. For the secant theta is nothing but, you know that the secant theta is means cos theta is equal to nothing but 1 by secant theta, right? By applying the 1 by 1. So by applying 1 by 1 then we got secant theta. So 1 by root 3 by 2 then we got this. 1 by 1 by root 3, sorry, 2 root 2. Then we got 2 and infinity. So similarly for the by reciprocal of the tan theta, tan theta is nothing but 1 by cot theta, right? So by applying the 1 then we got these cot theta values. So this way you need to remember this trigonometry value table very easily by just getting these sin theta values. So you need to remember this sin 0 value 0, sin 30 1 by 2, sin 45 1 by root 2, sin 60 root 3 by sin 90 1. That's it. And next, these are the standard limit functions we have. So if the limit of x tends to 0, sin x by x, the value becomes 1. The tan x by x becomes a value becomes 1. These are the standard notations based on the following condition. It is very helpful for the L'Hospital's rule conditions. Limit of x tends to 0, 1 minus cos x by x is equal to 0. These formulas are very important. You need to remember these things very well. There is a chance to get there is a gunshot question that definitely come based on this related question. Formulas. And next, these are the differentiation rules. The differentiation rule formulas are here. d by dx of c is equal to 0. d by dx of x power n is equal to n into x power n minus 1. Here the UV rule formula. By applying the differentiation, d by dx, this is the formula for that UV. d by dx of UV and d by dx of u by v is nothing but this is the formula. And the chain rule is this is the formula for the chain rule. And next, exponential and logarithms. And this is the exponential and logarithm formulas. You need to remember this one. Next, for the trigonometry, the differential becomes d by dx of sin x is nothing but cos x. d by dx of cos x is nothing but minus sin x. d by dx of tan x is nothing but secant square x. So inverse trigonometric, this is the formula for the inverse trigonometrics. 1 by root over 1 minus x square for the tan inverse, then 1 by 1 plus x square. Next, for hyperbolic, so d by dx of sin hx is equal to cos hx. For the d by dx of cos hx is equal to sin hx. It means there is a reverse, but there is no sign changing. So hyperbolic, there is a chance to help. And next one is integration rules. For the integration rules, we applied that integration of x power n dx is equal to x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. And next one is on integration of 1 by x dx is equal to ln of x. Integration of e power x dx is equal to e power x. And next one is integration of ln of x dx is equal to x ln x minus x. And integration of sin x dx is equal to minus cos x. These are the important integral formulas. And by parts formula, there is a chance to get a question in these by parts. Integration of u dv is equal to uv minus integration of v dq. And the next one is the connectivities and the priorities. For the connectivities and priorities, the procedure, the precedence order is first the highest to lowest. The highest precedent order is negation, then after and then or then implies, then by conditional. So this is the truth table for the implications. So P, Q, and then P tends to Q. If true tends to true, then true tends to false, it may false. This is the critical case. Remaining will be false and true, false and false. This will say true. So false premise rule. If P is false, then P tends to Q is always true. Yes. If P becomes false, then it definitely becomes the implies will be definitely a true. You need to remember this one. And the next one is here. This is the some important conditions. If the P tends to Q, the equivalence is negation of P or Q. For the negation, it is important. When we apply the negation to this term, then we got P and negation Q. For the contrast to relation, the logically equivalent statement is P tends to Q is similar to the is equal to the negation of P tends to negation of Q. Negation of Q tends to negation of P. And next one is De Morgan's law. It is very important law in the algebraic of propositions. For De Morgan's laws, this is very important formulas. So negation of P and Q is equal to negation P or negation Q. And negation of P or Q is equal to negation P and negation Q. For the distribution laws, P or Q and R is equal to P or Q, and this way we distribute the values as a in this by applying this law. And for this P and Q or V, then applying this P and Q or P and R, this is the another distributive law. The idempotent law means P or P is equal to P. And double negation, by applying the double negation of the, then we got the P value. For XOR relation, we applied the formula for the XOR relation is P and negation Q or negation P and Q. If you want all these materials completely, so then come to Google Chrome, then search Surya Wave. Then here we got the first website. So let enter into this website. So here we shown that all these resources. Then click sign in. After signing with Google, so then click explore services. Here we shown that all these services are available in this website. So GATE 2026 complete bundle material is available here. Click get started. Then you got the all material access here. Then click on purchase now. Scan this QR ID with your mobile. After scanning this QR ID, then the UTR ID will be generated by after payment will be done. Place this that UTR ID at this position. Then click submit for verification. Let I enter this one. Then the payment will be verified within 20 minutes. Complete resources are available into your dashboard. Here we shown that machine learning, this topic will be very helpful for the GATE exam also. And let me start the session. These are the table of content we have. In the we shown that supervised learning, model evaluation, neural networks, unsupervised, and summary. Let I explain it clearly. So here let me start the linear regression. We know linear regression is nothing but it is one of the machine learning topic, and I think you definitely develop a regression model, right? So next, our goal is to fit a line that best predicts the continuous target value. It means the linear regression will be helpful for the predicting a counting numerical value. That numerical value we need to predict, right? That so for this, the closed form comes. This is the form for the closed relation form. The gradient descent will be iterative updated, and the rigid regression is nothing but L2 regularization. This helps to prevent the overfitting occurs. And next, the logistic regression. For the logistic regression is nothing but it used for the classification and regression tasks also. For the mainly the logistic regression is helpful for the binary classification. So in the binary classification, this will be helpful for the predicting the probability. So here this is the formula for the function. And next, the sigmoid function will be that here we shown that this is the sigmoid function. And next one is the decision boundary. It predicts the class 1. Here we shown that this is the decision boundary form that 0.5, it must be greater than of 0.5. Here this is the formula for the log loss of the cost function. Next one is KNN, K nearest neighbors. The KNN will be follow up that it helps to find the distance matrices Euclidean and Manhattan related problem. This is the formula for the Euclidean. Root over sigma of xi minus y whole square. The Manhattan formula becomes a summation of mod of xi minus y, and it helps to find the nearest items we have by choosing the value of the k term. Then we got the nearest and the highest values. For overfitting condition, the becomes high variance. For underfitting condition, there becomes high bias. So this is the vice versa conditions we have. Next. So Navy Bayes classifier. The Navy Bayes classifier, this is the formula for the Navy Bayes classifier, and its assumption with the features are conditionally independent given the class. It means the features are conditionally independent with the given classes. For example, key concepts are Laplace smoothing. Add 1 to numerator and mod v to denominator to avoid zero probability for unseen features. It helps to further smoothing the values in that position. The gate key is estimating the parameter for k binary features and c classes. The parameter becomes 2 into k into c. This is the way we need to estimate in the gate exam for the parameters. For example, if a question is given, then estimate the parameters of the binary. This is the terms. Then we apply this multiplication formula. Then we got that question. Next, linear discriminant analysis. So in the linear discriminant analysis, the project data to lower dimension to separate classes is the Fisher's criterion. The Fisher's criterion means maximize the ratio of between class variance to within class variance. So it means SP is nothing but it is used for the numerator term is used for the between class variance and denominator term used for the within class variance. So next one is and here we shown that the classes are clustered tightly and far apart. It means these two classes are tightly clustered, and the key point is the linear discriminant analysis is a supervised, and it is unlike that PCA. The principal component analysis used for the decomposition purpose, but LDA is not like that. It helps to project the data into lower dimensional into separate classes. It helps to project the data into lower dimensional spaces to separating the classes. You need to understand this point, very important. Last 2024 this question is happened. Linear discriminant analysis helps to separating the classes to the lower dimension, right? It is a supervisor. This is also one important point. Assume classes are normal distributed with equal covariance. Next, support vector missions. Find hyperplane separating classes the maximum margin. So the support vector mission helpful for that maximizing the margin. So separating the classes with maximizing the margin. This will be helpful. The hyperplane condition formula becomes W power t x plus b is equal to 0. The margin width formula becomes 2 by mod w. The optimization formula is minimize the 1 by 2 mod w whole square. The support vectors are data points closest to hyperplane. Here this is the support vector helps that it helps to closest to the hyperplane. Only this affects the model. This way the support vector helps to affect the model. The concepts are soft margin and kernel trick allows misclassification. So the slack variable helps the soft margin and kernel trick help for the maps nonlinear data into higher dimension. It helps to map the nonlinear data into higher dimensions. Next, Decision trees. It's the decision tree goal is split data recursively to create pure leaf nodes. Yes, it helps for that splitting the data recursively to create pure leaf nodes. And next one is metrics for splitting. For the metrics for the splitting is nothing but entropy. H of s is nothing but so minus summation of pi into log to pi. Zero is nothing but a pure term. Here this is the formula for the entropy. Actually, you think that this is wow, shit, this is very crucial and we got to understand. But this is very easy topics if you remember as a important topics only, not completely dependent on the formulas by choosing them, and there is a fear by choosing these type of formulas. But we need to understand the main important points. And that important points in this page is the goal is what is the goal? The decision tree goal is splitting the data recursively to create a pure leaf nodes. It means that decision why decision trees the decision trees will be helpful that you need to make a decision perfectly based on the certain conditions, right? So at the certain conditions we follow that overfitting and underfitting problems. For the overfitting and underfitting problems we need to follow up that. So we for the fitting we upload that some approaches. That approaches is one is entropy and one of the another one is information gain and the third one is Guinea impurity. These are helpful for that splitting the data recursively in the curate pure leaf forms. Next, bias variance and cross validation. These bias variance and cross validation are helpful for that. The bias variance trade-off is nothing but it is helpful for that calculating the total error. And next, we know machine learning we have the main important problem is overfitting and underfitting problem. How we need to solve this them by applying different regularization techniques that helps to resolve the overfitting problem. For the underfitting problem, we applying that increasing the IBS. For the IBS related problems, we have that the underfitting problem will be occurred. So the model will be too simple. For the I variance, that we got that overfitting problem. It means the model will be too complex. So we need to balance them by applying the regulation techniques and approaches. Different approaches we follow. So that's why this cross validation will be helpful. That what is happened in it. So leave one note is nothing but we need to leave a specific term to help. It helps to that 10 on n minus 1 test on 1. It means one is on test set and the remaining one is for n minus 1 is training set. By splitting these terms, then we at this type, then we got the condition as low bias and high variance. But it is expensive. Next, k fold split into k parts. If we split into k parts, if a k is equal to 5, balances bias and this way we applied the cross validation as a k fold. Next, multi-layer perceptron. The multi-layer perceptron is nothing but it is a feed forward and it is for the back propagation. Here we show that is the back propagation. The activation functions are the ReLU, solves the vanishing gradient problem, and it is used for the sigmoid clashes 2 of 1. For the softmax function is set to multi-class probabilities. Here this is the activation functions we have. The multi-layer perceptron will be helpful that the feed forward and back propagation followed and the activation functions mainly we use that ReLU as the activation function. Then after sigmoid function. Then third option we have multi-class probability function as a softmax. Gate key point is a single perceptron has no hidden layer, cannot solve non-linear problems like XOR. So it means the XOR gate related problems we need to solve multi-layer perceptrons by applying that. For the because in the single layer perceptron there is no hidden layers, that's why we can't solve that. That's why in the multi-layer perceptron we definitely solve the XOR conditions. So this way we applied the multi-layer perceptron related problems. Next, clustering. We know very well what is meant by clustering. Clustering is nothing but grouping. So by grouping them, we have certain some conditions. The conditions become k-means, k-medioids, and hierarchical clustering. K-means is nothing but it is sensitive to outliers. This point is very important. It means it cannot identify the outliers and to detect them. There is no chance to detect this. But in the medioids, it is in the robust to outliers. That way it was designed. And next one is hierarchical clustering. For the hierarchical clustering, the follow approach is agglomerative approach is followed. It is nothing but a chain-like clusters is formed. Then after complete linkage, the maximum distance will be followed up here. The spherical cluster will be happened in it. The average linking is nothing but the average distance will be followed up here.
The gate key is know how to read a distance matrix and match. It means we need to read the distance matrix and matching them. So at that, so we have 10 data points, right? In these 10 data points, 4 are in the one region and remaining will be in the another region. So we need to group them 4 as a separate one and remaining then group into another separate region. That is nothing but the clustering. These are the different methods we have in the clustering methods. Next, principal component analysis. There is a chance to get a question in this principal component analysis. The goal of the principal analysis is preserving the maximum variance. The projected the data onto axis preserving maximum variance. It means we need to project the data on the axis by preserving the maximum variances. So the following steps are: mean becomes 0. Compute the covariance matrix. After by computing, we need to find the eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So for the covariance matrix. Then after sorting, then we got that maximum variance. The properties of the principal component analysis is it is an orthogonal. Principal components are the orthogonal, and a variance ratio becomes this. This is the variance ratio.
If you want all these materials completely, so then come to Google Chrome, then search Surya Wave. Then here we got the first website. So let enter into this website. So here we shown that all these resources. Then click sign in. After signing with Google, so then click explore services. Here we shown that all these services are available in this website. So Gate 2026 complete bundle material is available here. Click get started. Then you got the all material access here. Then click on purchase now. Scan this QR ID with your mobile. After scanning this QR ID, then the UTR ID will be generated by after payment will be done. Place this that UTR ID at this position. Then click submit for verification. Let I enter this one. Then the payment will be verified within 20 minutes. Complete resources are available into your dashboard.
Artificial intelligence. There is a chance definitely get a question because the name is included that data science and artificial. So there is a definitely one or two questions will be happened in this subject. Next. So these are the topics we have: search algorithms, logic, reasoning under certain uncertainty, summary in practice. So here we observe that problem solving as such. It means by solving a problem by searching it. I understood that. For example, if you have a doubt, okay, if you have a doubt, then you go to Google, then ask, this is my question, then it will be answered. Then the answer will be happened, giving that to Google search. So we need to search in the Google that question, then the answer will be happened. So the approach is followed: problem solving as such. The problem is solved by as a search, right? Like ChatGPT. We have ChatGPT. By searching something and send to them, then we get the answer, right? That way. So the key definitions are state space, start state, goal test, path cost. It means the state space means what is the the set of possible states we have. The start state means the initial configurations in the what is our initial the goal test means state of the goal we need to found, and the path cost is the sum of the edge costs is. So these are the key definitions we have. And next, uninformed search. The uninformed search means there is no information, there is no informed where image occur. It is nothing but a blind search. The search will be happened in the blind way. So there is no information approximate to the goal. The goal information is nothing. So that's why there is no goal, but searching is availability. At that cases, it will happen. The algorithms are BFS, DFS, and UCS and IDS. These are the different algorithms we have. The breadth first search is used for the queue, and DFS is used for the stack. So this is the time complexity we have. It is complete and optimal. This is the cases. You need to remember this one. Next, the gate trap becomes BFS is a memory heavy and O of B power D space explores layer by layer. The BFS is explores that layer by layer, and DFS is nothing but it is a memory efficient, but loops possible. Loops is possible and it is memory efficient. DFS says. BFS is a memory heavy and DFS is memory efficient. You need to remember this one. The UCS, uninformed search. BFS for the weighted graphs sorted by path cost. Informed search. So informed search is nothing but a heuristic search. This heuristic search, the formula is using uses a heuristic estimated goal from the n to goal. The h of n is nothing but the heuristic search. The A star search, in the A star search, this search will be evaluated. So A star search evaluation function is f of n is equal to g of n plus h of n. You need to remember this formula. There is a chance to get the question. Conditions for the optimality. So the admissibility and consistency. The admissibility means that research will be happened here. The consistency means the graph search will be happened here. The h of n is equal to maximum of h1 of n comma h2 of n. It dominates the both and is admissible. So this is for the informed search. Next, adversarial search. The adversarial search used for the games related problems. Used in zero sum games like chess, tic tac toe problems, it will be helpful for the max player, min max algorithm is used, and alpha beta pruning algorithms we used. It helps for the adversarial searches. And back propagation will be happened. Pruning condition will be there. The condition is alpha greater than or equal to beta for the alpha beta pruning. This is the condition. You need to remember this formula. Next, the proportional logic. This will be very helpful. This is the implication symbol we have. This is the equivalence. Then this is the contrast we have. Tautology is nothing but always true. P or negation P. It is nothing but tautology condition. And the contradiction condition means P and negation P. It is nothing but always false. To check a tautology, try to make it false. If contrast error, it is a tautology. Like that. This is the strategy for the gate. The predictive logic. The universal symbol for all of x used with the notations. These are the notation for the there exists. The negation symbol, this is the negation symbol we have. So this is the inference rules we have that p tends to q comma p, then the result will be q. For the model field, the p tends to q comma negation q, the result will be negation p. The resolution becomes p or q comma negation p or r, then it will be q or r. The Bayesian networks, a directed acyclic graph, nodes and edges. It means the Bayesian networks, it is one of the special networks. It is helpful for the a bidirected acyclic graph will be having that we said that diag, and the nodes are we said that random variable. The edges we said the x tends to y. Example chain rule is u tends to v tends to w. The formula becomes here. This is the chain rule followed that p of u comma v comma w is equal to p of u into p of v by u into p of w by v. First the u will be happen, then the v by u will be happen, then w by v will be happen. This is the chain rule we followed by direct acyclic graph. Next, conditional independence and d-separation. Here determining that x naught x or y by z from the graph structure. So the causal chain, common class and common effect. So there it is very simple. The conditional d-separation will be happened here. There is a separation will be happened here. The x and y are naturally independent. So this is for the graph structure. So these are the common conditions we followed, that 1, 2, 3. Next, 3 and 3.4, the inference method. These are the inference methods we have. Exact inference, variable elimination. So here the push sums inside product of factors, eliminate hidden variables one by one. It means by following these steps, push sums and eliminating hidden values and complexity depends on the tree width. Based on the these conditions follow, then follow that exact inference. It means variable elimination will be followed up here, and the approximate inference means the method direct sampling, rejection sampling, likelihood weighting, Gibbs sampling. These methods will be followed at the approximate inference. Next, the summary formula sheet is A star. The formula for the A star is f of n plus is equal to g of n plus h of n. Alpha beta, alpha greater than or equal to beta for the pruning approach. Implication, A tends to B is nothing but negation of A or B. This is the important formula. The Bayesian joint, the formula becomes a P of x1 and so on xn, P of xi by parents of xi. The d-separation is chain by fork blocked if middle is known. If a chain by fork blocked, It means if a chain by block is blocked, if middle is known. Middle is known means if the middle point is known, that then it will be blocked. If the middle is unknown, the collider will helpful that the middle is unknown, then it will be blocked. So next, these are the some practice question that will be helpful for you. The Bn is equal to a times to b and b times to c. P of a is equal to 1 is nothing but 0.5. P of c equal to 1. It is nothing but 0.5, right? So P of b is equal to 1 or a equal to 1 here. So this is nothing but there is a simple method to calculate that P of a by b equal to 1, c equal to 1. The proportional method is, this is the formula for the proportional method, a by b comma c. So by applying this formula, after substituting these values into this one, then you got the value is 0.4.
If you want all these materials completely, so then come to Google Chrome, then search Surya Wave. Then here we got the first website. So let enter into this website. So here we shown that all these resources. Then click sign in. After sign in with Google, so then click explore services. Here we shown that all these services are available in this website. So GATE 2026 complete bundle material is available here. Click get started. Then you got the all material access here. Then click on purchase now. Scan this QR ID with your mobile. After scanning this QR ID, then the UTR ID will be generated by after payment will be done. Place this that UTR ID at this position. Then click submit for verification. Let I enter this one. Then the payment will be verified within 20 minutes. Complete resources are available into your dashboard. Database management and warehousing. This is the one of important topic in the GATE 2026 data science and artificial intelligence exam. Now, these are the table of contents we have. Let we start. First, entity relationship model. The entity relationship model means it is the nothing but the student is the name. It is nothing but an entity. The real world object that we called as an entity. Okay. The attributes means if we have a student, the student have different attributes like name, roll number, age, date of birth, and phone numbers, and ID numbers, like that type of that we call as attributes. For the attributes, they have two data of derived, multi-valued and derived. The multi-valued means it is the double oval, it is nothing but phone numbers. For the derived, we using that dashed oval symbol for the age of date of birth. And the relationship, we need to assign the relationship by applying the diamond shape. So this way, the entity relationship model we would be drawn. And next, the cardinality ratios, the table conversion. It means there is a 1 to 1. It means for the person to passport, that we need to design a relation, that means that in the reference of one table to another table, that is we called as 1 to 1. And if it is in the relation of one table to another multiple tables, then we called as department to employee. It means we have 10 employees, but in department under department is 1. So that we take, that we call as 1 is to n. The student and course, we have the students, we have multiple students and we have multiple courses. That's why it is a m is to n ratio. M is to n means many to many. Next, the relational model keys. The relational model keys means the super key is nothing but we need to identify the uniquely identifies a tuple. The set of attributes is known as super key. The candidate key is means a minimal super key. No subset is a unique to identify. It means it definitely must be followed the all conditions that we called as candidate key. And a primary key is nothing but the unique element that we need to identify. That's where like a roll number and ID that we called as a primary key. The foreign key is nothing but the another table primary key that we, if we have a table, A and table B. So in the table A, we need to call a key. The primary key is present in the table B. That we said that the table A, the other table, the table B primary key, that the relation between the table A and the table B is table B primary key that we call to table A, that we called as a foreign key, right? Next, here the relational algebra operations. The relational algebra operations are, these are the important in there is a definite question that will be asked in the gate exam. So here the operator, the selection is nothing but we need to select rows by satisfying the condition. The condition means where. So here this symbol indicates that the select where. It means the select the rows by applying this symbol. If by projecting, it means by select distance. It means this symbol is equal to this keyword, right? This symbol is equal to this keyword. That is very important. And next, Cartesian product. The Cartesian product means it combines the every row and the rows. The combines the every row of R and every row of S. It means it combines the rows of the R and S tables. And natural join means it is naturally joined with the joining of the attributes from the R and S, so that we called as natural join. The set difference means the difference between the R and S, that difference that we called as set difference. It means the tuples in R we taken but not in S. It means we need to take R but not in the S, that we say that we take it, that we called as a set difference. The division is nothing but R division symbol S. It means the tuples in R associated with all tuples in S. It is very simple. The tuples in R associate with all tuples in S. It is nothing but the R is the relation between all tuples to S. That we definition that we applied this division form. In the gate exam, there is a tricky question that will be asked. He gave that in the question to find A division B. So the result will be, this is the standard results after applying these terms into multiple ways. So you need to remember this well. Next, tuple relational calculus, TRC. The tuple relational calculus means we know that finite automatas. So at these cases, we need to find out that query language. So the format is T by P of T. The T by P of T means the set of tuples that we called as T, and such that the predictable is called as P of T. It must be a true. This is the meaning of T by P of T. This symbol means that there exists. It is used for the joinings in the statements. This is the statement of the for all. This for all is used for the division logics for the special case of purposes in the statements. The question is very simple. He gave that some points, some English sentences. Then he asked write the statement in the symbolic form. That is the question that we majorly asked in the examinations. Next, here you need to remember these points very well. Here these points are very helpful for what is the operation that what we do. From by join, it helps to load the tables. Okay. And next, where it helps to filter the rows. And group by is helps for aggregation operations. And having, it is used for the filtering the groups. And select, the select is used for the choosing columns by expressions. The distinct keyword helps for removing the duplicates. And order by of sort, it is nothing but we need to sort the items. So this is the known as logical order of execution. You need to remember these points, and it helpful for the what is the which keyword does what operations. Next, the special SQL concepts are null handling and like operator and correlated subquery. It is a simple example statement. Let I explain very simple. Count of count of star, it means that it helps to count the nulls. Then after count of column, it helps to ignore the nulls. It means we need to apply this statement. It helps to count the null values, and if we apply this statement, it helps to ignore the this null values. And next, like operator. In the like operator, the percent symbol is include that zero or more characters. The minus we include that it has only one character. The correlated subquery. The correlated subquery means the inner query relies on the value from the outer query. It means the inner query is on a value from the outer query. It means we have two query that we one query inside in the another query that we call as correlated subquery. A executed one for every row of the outer query. It is be slow. It is a simple example of the self join. The self join simple example is select e dot name from employee E and employee M, where e dot mgr id manager id is equal to e dot employee id and e dot salary greater than manager salary. Here this condition says that first, here we observed the employee as a E. From E dot name, select E dot name from employee E. It means the employees table, it selects that name of the employee. After employee of manager, where it means the employee of the manager, it is in this joining the manager column at this position. So after joining them, the manager ID is equal to M. We assign that uh, employee to the manager ID, then employee ID, and the condition is applied, and then we says that the employee salary greater than manager salary. Based on this condition, employee salary greater than manager salary, then it helps to retrieve that information table only. This way the self join will be helpful in the SQL statements. Next, finding candidate keys by applying closure method. What first, let I understand very clear what is meant by closure method. The closure method is very simple. First, let I observe that R of A, B, C, D, right? And the fundamental, it means FD means functional dependency. So, and the functional dependency means A tends to B, B tends to C, and C tends to A. So these are our fundamental functional dependencies, right? So this is our given relation. Okay, we have given these two information. So we need to find the closure properties. First, you need to understand very well the closure properties is applied only left hand side values only. Left hand side means it is left hand side, it is right hand side. The left hand side means A, B, C. We need to apply closer to the A, then B and C. The rule is start with attribute not on RHS of any FD. It means we don't need to start B, C, A. We need to start A, then B and then C. So then applying the closure to the A, it means in the closure of A, it missing that D is missing. So then we added to A with D, then we got that AD as a super key. So check the minimal. It means A or D a key. No, because AD is a candidate key. Because why we said that the D is not in the form of A, and only D is not a key. Only A is not a key. The combination of AD is nothing but a candidate key. So we need to take AD as a super key and AD as a candidate key. This way we need to find candidate keys by applying the closure methods. Next, normal forms. This is also one another important topic. You need to remember these points very well. First one. So 1NF. The 1NF means atomic values no list by arrays in a cell. It means in a table, if only one value will be considered in the table. If we in the table has multiple values that it is related in the one single table, then 1NF will be failed at this case. So only single value atomic values will be present, that we called as 1NF statement. One first normal form will be applicable. So we need to check this 1NF. The question asking terminology is, we check that it is in, there is a given relation R. So based on the given relation, we know very well this way how this question is happened. This way same question is asking and said that which NNF is the correct relation is satisfied. So we need to find the normal form integration. So first 1NF will be satisfied or not. Let me check by applying that. Is if we have multiple values in the table, then 1NF will be failed. So we need to check that it is not will be happened. Then the next case is the 2NF will be happened, only NNF will be completed after. So we need to check it will be done, then 1NF will be after, then no partial dependency will be occurred. What is meant by partial dependency? I will say simple. AB tends to C. It means AB is where AB is a key and B tends to D. It means very well. If the AB is tends to C, it means the the AB is a combination of C, and B is turns to D. It means the B is happened at the two times. So there is a relationship between partial dependency is occurred. So in the 2NF there is no partial dependency must be occurred. So we need to set up these functional dependencies are available or not. So at this case that if it is not available, then it satisfies that as 2NF condition. If it is available, then it is not satisfied the 2NF condition. And next 3NF. So here the 3NF is very simple. After checking that 1NF and 2NF, then go to 3NF. It must be a 2NF will be valid. After 2NF it successful, then we go to the 3NF. Then 2NF, after 2NF, then you go to no transitive dependency. The transitive dependency means the A is coming from B, right? A turns to B and B turns to C. So it means the A is coming from B and B is coming from C. It means the A is there is indirectly we have the relationship between here the A is directly coming from C. So it means if we form this chain of rule at this situation, the transitive dependence will be happened. So we don't in the 3NF, this is not the correct statement. So it means we need to check this will be happened or not. If it is happened, then there is a transitive dependency occurs. The 3NF will be failed. If there is no happens, then 3NF will be successful. After 3NF will be successful, then go to BCNF. This means Boy's Court normal form. In this Boy's Court normal form, the 3NF after 3NF, then go to the strict rule. The rule is the X turns to Y. In the X turns to Y functional dependency, the X must be a super key. We need to check that the X is a super key or not. At this case, the BCNF will be valid. So this way 1NF we need to check, and then 2NF we need to check. After 3NF check, after then we will go BCNF. Next, lossless join. Lossless join means in the joining of two elements, we need to consider a single element among these two terms. Whether this one R1 intersection R2 then becomes R1, or R1 intersection R2 then becomes R2. This is the condition. The dependency preserving. It means all functional derivatives from the decomposed tables. It means the dependency preserving means we need to preserve the dependency. The decomposed tables that can be derived from the functional dependencies. That is the statement here. Next, file organization, B plus trees. You need to remember some points. The point is all that in the B plus trees that we said that it is a balanced tree. Okay. And next, all data points are the leaf nodes. In the B plus tree, the main condition is all data pointers are the leaf nodes. And next condition is internals only contain keys for navigation. The internal nodes is helpful for the navigation purposes. And why we need B plus trees? The B plus tree is helpful for Leaves are linked as a linked list format. Then making range queries. Example, in this range query is helpful for where age greater than 20, it will be very fast for getting the results. So that's why we are using the B plus trees concepts in here. In the order of P, the order P means the maximum pointers per node. For maximum pointers per node, the formula is the maximum case is equal to P minus 1. Next, hash function. The hash function is nothing but maps key to the bucket address. It means we have the bucket right here. So we have multiple keys. We need to here this is the storage elements 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. So this is a bucket element. What is the size? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the size of the 5 bucket. So this is the bucket of our size is 5. So by following that hash function means we need to put the keys into this bucket into without collision will be happened. So by without we need to resolve the collision. For example, collision means, for example, if we put place the value into this position as a 1, the another will be directly placed into 2 at this position. So the collision will be happened these two terms. That's why we need to resolve the collision by applying this linear probing method and a quadratic probing method. The linear probing method will be helpful for h of k plus I modulus m. It means that there is a cluster issue will be happened in the linear probing. So this is the reason we go to the quadratic probing. In this quadratic probing, there is no issues that we happen. That's why first we applied that linear probing. Then after quadratic probing will be helpful. So insights. The insights is that the average probes of unsuccessful search is equal to 1 by 2 of 1 plus 1 by 1 minus alpha, where alpha is a here the alpha is considered as the load factor will be happened here. You need to remember this point. For the average probes of for an unsuccessful search, if you need to search an element for an unsuccessful search, that will be the here the average probes, the formula is 1 by 2 into 1 plus 1 by 1 minus alpha. There is a direct question will be asked, the chance, and where alpha is here alpha is considered as the load factor. Next, here we shown that data transformation. It is nothing but pre-processing the data. It means we need to convert the, for example, we need to convert the A into some another form, like some another format. So it means that answer transformation helpful for you know to convert the one form of the letter into another form, that we call as data transformation. So here it is crucial for the data science and artificial intelligence paper. Why it is crucial? Because we need to analyze the data, right? We need to analyze the data. So for analyzing the data, we must require the pre-processing the data. Before analyzing, we need to pre-process the data, then we will be get the best results. So that's why we are using these data transformation approaches. First, normalization. We need to scale that into 0 to and 1 by applying this formula. The formula is x new is equal to x minus x min by x max minus x min. We need to apply this formula at this case. And next case is standardization. In a standardization, it helpful for the z-score normalization approaches. Standard normalization will be happened here. So in the standard normalization, the mean and standard deviation, the mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 1. So in this case, the standardization z-score is z equal to x minus mu by sigma. This is the formula for the standardization. And next, discretization. It is nothing but binning. So in the binning, the width is must be equal. So it is sensitive to the outliers. Then equal frequency will be happened in the discretization. It is nothing but binning. The sampling. The sampling means we need to take some random data points for the execution process by applying the pre-processing step. This is known as sampling. Schema types, OLAP. OLAP means online analytical processing. What is meant by, before entering into the OLAP, let us explain that schema types. The schema types means we have two types of schema. We have the two types of schema is, one is a star schema. In the star schema, central fact table plus multiple dimension tables is nothing but a denormalized faster query. This star schema is the combination of central fact table plus multiple dimension tables. So this way we need to construct the star schema. After constructing the star schema, these features are denormalized features and faster query approaching. These are the features for the star schema. And next, the snowflake schema. In the star schema, there is a chance spaces will be high. It means it takes a long storage. It means heavy storage will be taken. That's why we apply that a snowflake schema. In this new snowflake schema, dimension tables are normalized. So this helps to saves the space. So we need to resolve the problem in the star schema by applying the snowflake schema. And next, OLAP operations. Here we shown that these four are the OLAP operations. OLAP means online analytical processing. The online analytical processing means we have a historical data of large amount of historical data in your, for example, in our day-to-day life. For example, today there is a lot of data will be happened. It means there is a generated by the humans or machines or something else. But data will be generated in trillions of time as increasing day by day. So it means we need to store the data into multiple forms. That's why these operations will be helpful for the accessing that stored data in the fastest way. So how we access the data? By applying these roll up and drill down operations and the slice and dice operation. These four operations will be helpful for getting the results in the fastest way by applying the aggregation operations of as OLAP operations by applying it. These are called roll up, drill down and slice and dice. These are the operations of the OLAP. And next, here the cube operator. Let us explain very simple. How this cube operator will be helpful in the SQL. Here this is the statement how this way it helpful for the cube operator. The cube operator helpful for the grouping it means the combination aggregating the all combinations. The all combinations we have cube of A comma B. It means these are the combinations we have A, B and empty and A comma B. These combinations all will be aggregated. So that we called as a SQL cube operator. And next, the formula for the cube operator of n dimensions is 2 power n grouping sets are, then we get to 2 power n grouping sets. So there is a direct question will be asked. If a cube has n dimensions in the SQL, then what is the grouping sets will be? So the answer is 2 power n. So if it is given 2, then how many grouping sets will we have? 2 power 2. It means 4. That means there is a 4 grouping sets are available. Next, example 1. So in the example 1, the relational algebra is, here this is the query. Find students who enrolled in all courses in CS department. It is very simple. Who is enrolled? How many? Find students who enrolled in all courses. How many students are enrolled in all courses in CS department? That is the query we need to find out. So here the table we required is student table and course table and enrolled table. So these are the tables we have. The solution is, first identify the divisor. The divisor we have is course. The course is here considered as a divider, and enrolled we call it as dividend. By applying the division operation we applied at this situation, we find the relation of enrolled students in the all CS department. Next, the query. This is the example 2 for the SQL execution. So here there is no direct gate exam direct question will be happened. Here this is the simple explanation for you how this query will be working. That is the concept here. First, where statement will be followed up. So here first the where statement will be followed up. Who salary greater than 50,000. Then after group by will be happened. After group by the having will be happened. After having then select statement will be happened here. So this is the execution flow of an SQL execution. SQL query is executed. This is this way this flow the SQL query execution will be possible. Next, examples 3 and 4. In the example 3, we observe that we have given the relation and these are the functional dependencies we given and the key is AC. So it means the key, he directly says that the key is AC. So check A times to B. It means A is the proper subscript of the key AC. So here the partial dependency will be occurred. How I said there is a partial dependency will be occurred. Here very simple. Here the key is AC, right? And the here the condition is A tends to B. It means A is the proper subscript of AC. So but here A is tends to B. It means A is the subset of B. It means there is A is relation with there is a partial dependency with C and B. So there is a dependency with C and B partially. So at this case it failed to NF. So that's why it is in the 1NF form. And next cube. The cube operator helps for the grouping by cube, country and product. So it generates these are the following formats. Aggregations will be operations by all these steps. The first step is India, laptop and sum. This is the given. And next these two will be given. And next only this will be given. Then after only this sum will be given at these cases. This is all about cube operator. So this is finally of complete database management and warehousing. So be prepared well for the GATE 2026 exam. If you want all these materials completely, so then come to Google Chrome, then search Surya Wave. Then here we got the first website. So let enter into this website. So here we shown that all these resources. Then click sign in. After signing with Google, so then click explore services. Here we shown that all these services are available in this website. So GATE 2026 complete bundle material is available here. Click get started. Then you got the all material access here. Then click on purchase now. Scan this QR ID with your mobile. After scanning this QR ID, then the UTR ID will be generated by after payment will be done. Place this that UTR ID at this position. Then click submit for verification. Let I enter this one. Then the payment will be verified within 20 minutes. Complete resources are available into your dashboard.